Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Saturday morning, and first and foremost, as always, just want to give positive vibrations and positive blessings out to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we know the Los Angeles Lakers did take on the Minnesota Timberwolves on yesterday, and of course, it was not the outcome that anybody wanted, nor was it the outcome that I expected. And to me, if I had to lay this loss, and we all know Anthony Davis was injured, and we're going to talk some about that in just a moment, but if I had to lay this loss at the foot of anybody, I would have to lay this loss at the foot of a one LeBron James. And that is because, you know, LeBron James, we know for the past 8 or 9 games has been averaging 30 points. So we all know what he's still capable of. We saw how great he played against Dallas the other night as well. And as far as the streak he's been on, and that wasn't one of his better games, but at the end of the day, you would think that he would come out with more intensity, and he really started the game off slow. And when AD went down the first time when he rolled his ankle, you know, I think that maybe let some of the wind out of the sails, so to speak, but they actually started showing a little bit more ball movement, and the offense was a little more crisp when Anthony Davis went out, to be honest, and they actually, you know, were able to be in the lead or close to the lead in the game, and they were right there when Anthony Davis went out. Of course, now we do know they went to the half, I think, down by 6, and, you know, you were thinking that, I was thinking myself personally in the second half that they were still going to come back and be able to win the game with or without Anthony Davis. But then Anthony Davis reappeared in the second half, and they actually made a run when they were actually down by, I want to say, 12 to 14 when Anthony Davis came back on the floor. So honestly, Anthony Davis came back in the third quarter, and they immediately went down by more than what they were down by. And then I was saying to myself, hey, there we go. Anthony Davis, here he is. Coming back, making the offense stagnant, and now they being down by more. But lo and behold, they started to go on a run, so I think they started to figure some things out. And I want to say LeBron James had just, excuse me, y'all. I hate to have to do that mid-show, but sorry. We didn't want that battery to run out. I had to get that charge on there. So LeBron James had just threw a lob to Anthony Davis, and they cut the lead to 3, and they called the timeout. And then, you know, on the very next play, I don't know why fighting that screen, LeBron doesn't know his own strength or whatever, but he pushed Vanderbilt, I believe it was, right into Anthony Davis' knee. Just pushed him right into his knee, and then his knee buckled. And after that, I think all the wind was let out of the sails of the Los Angeles Lakers, because it just seems like they really became even more lethargic. And I know that's your brother in arms, but instead of just holding your head down and thinking, oh my God, now AD, this was more. See, when he rolled the ankle, it wasn't as serious. It's like, oh, rolled ankle, the most you'll be out a week or 2, you know, if a bad sprain, it wasn't a high ankle sprain, anything like that, that's going to keep you out for an extended period of time. And, you know, something that was sore, maybe bounce right back from, walk it off or whatever. But when you see a player go down and his knee buckles, and then he collapses in the hallway, and you see the severity of what the injury is, then it was like it was just something that was looming over the team. And I think LeBron should have took it upon himself to be a vocal leader at that point to the rest of the team and let them know that, hey, AD gone. There's nothing we could do about that. We down by 3. Come on, let's go ahead and push it. This young team can't beat us. They shorthanded just like we are. We still are the more talented team with more veterans who've been in these situations before and should be easily able to win this game. But of course, we all know the Lakers were without a lot of key contributors last night, and I think the frustration was overwhelming for LeBron James, to where he was just like, you know what, it's a long season. Why expend so much energy right now at this point? Which I'm not making any excuses, but I just feel like, you know, he really needed to step up and be more of a leader and let these players know. But I mean, they were without Monk, they were without THT. They thought they were going to be without Westbrook. They were without Austin Reeves, who had just played phenomenal the other night, and I was really looking forward to watching him play. So they were without him as well. Of course, Dwight Howard, which that he's given key minutes and have been playing good and stretches, protecting the rim. So they weren't able to do that. They had to come out with AD at center because a lack of trust in DeAndre Jordan being the starting center, which, you know, I wasn't necessarily mad at that move. But let's really talk about what we should be talking about, and that is Anthony Davis getting manhandled by Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, if the Lakers had Karl-Anthony Towns instead of Anthony Davis, then the Lakers would be in good shape. But see, this is the thing. We have come, everybody, I keep saying it's like, I never watched the game, so I just walked away from the game and was like, oh my God, Anthony Davis, he just wowed me, man. He just amazed me. That has not happened for me. And I know he puts up some good numbers and things like that, but I just don't walk away like, oh my God, Anthony Davis dominated that game. Somebody please tell me right now, give me one game in which you said, man, you know what? Anthony Davis dominated that game. And it was the reason why he was in New Orleans for 7 years and they never did anything. I think they might have had, you know, when they got Boogie, they was on the road, then Boogie got hurt, but I think he went to the playoffs, once. I think they did advance out the first round maybe one time, but that was it. And that was out of 7 years. So, and I think most of those years didn't even make it to the playoffs. So what's so phenomenal about him? And people keep saying how he carried LeBron James. It's not the case. And then I keep saying, you know, what was I saying before? Trade Anthony Davis while you still can before he end up getting hurt again. I said, he's the only one that you really have that you're going to get a lot back for. You're not going to get a lot back for THT is what you really want. But for Anthony Davis, you could probably get Miles Turner, Sabonis, and maybe a draft pick. Who knows? Because that's Anthony Davis we're talking about. Remember what you gave up for him. You gave up your whole young core for him. So, you know, if you can get back something like a Miles Turner, like I keep saying, he give you 20 and 10 a night. Sabonis give you 20 and 10 a night. I mean, 15 and 10, then you talking about that's 30 points and 20 rebounds a night coming from both of them. And then you're going to see somebody actually play with some true intensity. I guarantee you that Miles Turner wouldn't have let Karl-Anthony Towns come out and just start dominating him the way he did from the beginning of the game last night. And that's exactly what happened. He came out and just dominated him from the beginning of the game and set the tone for the rest of the team. And then if you look at the rebounding, how can the Minnesota Timberwolves, 15 offensive boards, and the Lakers only 1? But the Lakers missed hella shots. So if you look at how many shots they missed, you mean to tell me you missed, what, 30 shots or more, and you only got 1 offensive rebound out of all those opportunities? 1 offensive rebound out of all those opportunities. Come on now. To me, that is just a lack of effort. I saw a lot of standing around, especially, you know, after Anthony Davis went down. But like I said, that is no reason for anybody just to give up. You don't give up because, you know, you just don't give up because another player gets injured. You got to play that next man up mentality. I don't know what this dude, hey, bro, no, you can't walk right there. And I'm sorry for blowing my horn at people, but hey, man, you got to follow the rules of the road out here. If y'all had noticed, I'm downtown right now, and these folks down here, man, they get a little bit crazy. So, you know, I'm out here taking care of some business. I decided to go ahead and do the morning show. So, sorry to get off track like that, but if y'all can understand what I'm saying with Anthony Davis, man, please put down in the comments if y'all think I'm absolutely insane for wanting to trade Anthony Davis. You know, and you can say, well, trade Russell Westbrook. Nobody wants Russell Westbrook. So how am I trade him? What I'm gonna get for him? You think somebody giving up Dame Dollar for Russell Westbrook? People gonna roll out the woodworks for Anthony Davis. It'll be an unexpected move, but I'm telling you, the Lakers ball movement would be better. They would have just as good defense with the 2 players that I'm talking about that they could get. You know, the Lakers did creep into the top 10, but I'm not saying, you know, I still feel like, now don't get me wrong, I still feel with Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and LeBron James fully healthy with the rest of the players that they have. You have to realize role players do make a big difference. And when you're without a Monk, when you're without a THT, when you're without an Austin Reeves, when you're without a Dwight Howard, I mean, those are 4 key contributors to your team that you're all without. So you can't put it all on just 3 players, especially those 3 players still haven't got the continuity that you would want them to have just yet. You understand what I'm saying? They still working on getting that chemistry. But Anthony Davis was reported that it wasn't any, I think Dave McMahon or somebody reported that there wasn't any structural damage in his knee, which I don't know how they could tell that. Maybe that was just off the x-ray, but he hadn't had an MRI to see. But there wasn't any structural damage in his knee. And hopefully that is a good sign to where maybe, but you got to realize that was already the sore knee that he had already missed 2 games for last week. So now, and then let's not forget the ankle. So the ankle was injured too. So we'll just have to see. But I could imagine Anthony Davis, he definitely won't be back, in my opinion. I mean, you just never know, and I'm no doctor. But in my opinion, I don't think he would nearly be back before the Christmas game against the Nets. I highly doubt that. Of course, Kyrie can now play in away games, so that might be a game I think Kyrie would love to come out and torch LeBron and the Lakers. I think he would really, really enjoy that. So we could see that matchup. Kevin Durant now has been placed in health and safety protocols last night, but it didn't matter because he was going to be sitting out tonight against Orlando anyway because he's nursing a sore ankle as well. But, you know, still early. It's not even Christmas yet. You know, I'm not panicking. And when I start talking about trades, it's not me panicking. It's just me putting out a scenario saying that if I was the GM, this is what I would do. But, of course, I'm not the GM, and I have no authority, and that's what I cannot do. But watch out, gangster. I got to get right here and take these lanes because, you know, I just got to do it like this because people don't know how to drive. But with all that being said, man, be new. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the Lakers. I still feel that they have championship aspirations. I know a lot of people, even Richard Jefferson last night said that he don't think this team could have championship aspirations at all, but he thought that they could be good enough to be contenders in the playoffs or whatever that means. But at the end of the day, to me, if you have a healthy and rested LeBron James going into a playoffs, a healthy and rested Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis, I still think you have a shot. I was really looking forward to the Lakers' upcoming matchup against the Phoenix Suns, but now not so much if we can't get the players back into the fold. I mean, Anthony Davis, I think, would be important in playing a team like the Phoenix Suns, but I still feel like if Dwight Howard can come back, that Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan could do the job as well, because Phoenix plays with more so of a traditional center with Ayton, who doesn't really play out on the perimeter. And last night, I mean, nobody could hit a 3 in the first. Nobody could hit a 3 in the first. Yeah, this is a real important call. I really hate to cut this show short, but I really got to. Maybe I just come back and shoot another one. But either way, this has been your boy B New, man. I'm screaming right on to the real, and much love to these haters. I'm up out.